Hey guys, get ready to transcend Yu-Gi-Oh! So, this is a video about my personal top 5 favorite archetypes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Pretty much ever, honestly. So, this is kind of a video that's been going around lately. I have it written down right here if you hear rustling. But I've been seeing a lot of different YouTubers doing recently, so I figured, why not, right? So let's get the list started off. So at number 5, it's not really an archetype per se, but it may as well be. It's Zombie World, and just zombies in general. And the reason I like this is because every single archetype in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Can be manipulated with Zombie World and using the zombie engine and all that good stuff. So I just think it's really, really cool that you can do that and just being able to synchro with everything. Literally every single archetype. I can't think of a single one that you can't use Zombie World with. The first one I discovered with it was Nordics. I don't even know how I came to the conclusion, because initially what I wanted to do is I pulled a Vanitas of the Nordic Ascendant. Card's terrible, but I wanted to make Nordics good because I had pulled the secret rare and I was just like, oh yeah, this is cool. So I was testing out different builds, all sucked. And then I came across Zombie World. I was like, wow, this is crazy, because all the synchros actually require are just the tuner. So, and it's not like you need a fairy type or, a beast type or whatever. You just need the tuner. So I built a zombie Nordic deck. It was okay. It was really good for one format. I don't really know why. But then it kind of died down. But it still holds a place in my heart, just knowing that I can do that. Like, there's just a lot of stuff that you can do with that power. Like, Zombie Master is a great card. Mizuki is a great card. Book of Life, you get 4 Reborns. I mean, it's just a really cool thing to do. So, yeah, that's my number 5. So, on to number 4, it's Junk Doppel. And the reason I like this, I've actually got a little story behind it. As a kid, I was really big into the manga and Shonen Jump and all that. I was actually in it for the manga, not necessarily the cards. But I did get Quasar and TG Hyper Librarian for the subscription special or whatever. So I was like, wow, Quasar is absolutely ridiculous. So I decided that I pretty much had to, build a deck around that. And I was trying to test out all these different decks, and none of it was working. And then my friend suggested, Synchrons are really good at doing that. So I was like, Synchrons, oh, okay. Well, I looked them up. I put together just like a very brute type Synchron deck. It was really bad at first. I eventually did make it good. The first one I built was just around Road Warrior, and it actually worked a lot better than you would expect, considering it was literally just a bunch of level 2 or lower machine or warriors and then your Synchrons. I don't think I even played Doppel. I don't know how I managed to avoid that. But, yeah, then it just kind of went on from there. I'm actually taking a break from it now, which is a little sad. But, yeah, hopefully when Vanity's Emptiness is less popular, I can play them again. That's one of the very few reasons why I'm not playing them right now. But yeah, that was my number 4. So my number 3 top favorite deck of all time is Aliens. And I know it's kind of a very shit-on deck, frankly. But the reason I like Aliens is when Hidden Arsenal 3 came out, I was always a huge fan of the Hidden Arsenals. I bought Hidden Arsenals. I was like, wow, these worms are really cool. I know, worms, not aliens. Just 1 second. So I decided, I looked more into them. I was like, oh, wow, there's one for every letter of the alphabet. That's cool. Let me start collecting these. So I don't think I ever actually built the worm deck, but I collected worms, and then that eventually turned into collecting reptiles and collecting reptile archetypes and all that stuff. So I started collecting the aliens. I was like, wow, these are really cool too. And of course I had about 5 of them already because they were in my common bin. But yeah, so then I built a deck and I loved it. I just really, really enjoyed all the stuff that it can do. And actually, I do still have a build today. Maybe I'll do a deck profile on that pretty soon. So yeah, you guys have that to look forward to. Number 2, Fables. And as I said before, I was always a huge fan of the Hidden Arsenal series. Yeah, I bought a lot of Hidden Arsenal 4 when it came out, and I pulled a lot of the money cards from Fables. Of course, I sold them to my friend at the time. I'm still friends with him. That was worded bad, but I sold them to my friend, and he built the deck because he was big into meta, and they got hit. I don't know how they got hit, but they did apparently, because all the prices went down, and then he was like, hey, want these? And I was like, sure, those look awesome. So essentially that's what got me into synchros. I was only playing my top one favorite deck prior to that exchange. So it really is just an iconic moment for me because, like, these synchro decks, you've only seen one deck from me so far, but these synchro decks, the Junk Doppel, the Fabled, they've stuck with me like the entire up to today. Like, I still play those decks. Not Junk Doppel again. I'm taking a break, but I still play Fabled. I have a Fabled build. It's yeah, I love these decks. Yeah. So it just kind of pushed me to be a little bit more competitive, I guess, because it did a lot of things that my number one deck, which I will talk about in about 4 seconds, did. The number one deck just couldn't do it. So I'm just going to go into the number one deck now. It's Gravekeepers. And the reason I like this is, growing up, I got like 4 or 5 DVDs of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, and Merrick, for whatever reason, was always my favorite character. I don't know why. There's something about him was just really cool. I was into like all the dark stuff or whatever. So when the Merrick structure deck came out, I was like, yeah, okay, this is cool. So I opened it up. I literally just played with the structure deck for a long time. And yeah, I remember it was so cool. Like, I was the only one of my friends that had Mirror Force because it had never been reprinted up to that point. So I was the only one of my friends who had Mirror Force, and they were so jealous, and only I could use it because none of us were proxying at that point. We were just like, 8th grade maybe. Yeah, so it was just really nice being able to play with that. And over time, obviously, I edited it from the structure deck. Can't be playing Gilgarth throughout Gravekeepers. So I've played a ton of different builds just because I love the deck so much. I played a Solidarity build for a long time. I played a Stun variant for a short period of time. Right now I'm trying to make it work with Prophecies. It's not going as well as I would like it to, but you know what? It's something. It's something. And also, Gravekeeper's Visionary. That's one of my weird tech cards that I guess more people have been running it lately, but like, I've always played Gravekeeper's Visionary and Magical Dimension, all that stuff, and that's because of the structure deck and the stuff that I had available to me at the time that I was building it, because I wasn't about to proxy anything. It was literally what got me into Yu-Gi-Oh as well. I didn't know you could go to tournaments. Like, yeah, my friend took me to a tournament. He was like, "Here, buy the structure deck. I heard it's really good." So I bought the structure deck, $10. Little me just looking through it, using my awesome paper playmat. And just kicking ass with the Gravekeeper structure deck. So, I don't know, it's just stuck with me all these years. It just makes me happy. So yeah, that was my top 5 list. Feel free to comment or leave a video comment to what your favorite decks are. Top 5, top 10, whatever. And with that, have fun dueling, guys. Transcend Yu-Gi-Oh! Out.